Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is me, Masafai, back with another video. Before I get started, I need y'all to help a brother out by hitting that like, comment, subscribe, and share if you like the content. Today, I'm going to be doing a how-to video about how to get any of these radios parking brake wire bypassed so you can be able to watch video while driving, which I don't recommend doing, by the way, but y'all understand what the point of the video is. Before I get started with that, I'd like to thank everyone who subscribed, who liked, who joined my channel and everything. Thank you. Y'all made me hit 1,000 subscribers as of a couple days ago, and now I'm monetized. So far, I made like $1. So hopefully, with y'all keep watching, y'all hopefully get me up to $10 one day. But thank you very much. Honestly, I can just show you just how much people like to play games and are haters. As you can see here, I hit 1,000 subs, and not even 20 minutes later, the 1,000th person unsubscribed and took me back down under 1,000. It's like, really? Really? You're that petty? I know I can be petty, but you're that petty? Really? But no, overall, all jokes aside, this video is a how-to video on how we're going to bypass any of these radios. Here we have our famous Jensen SSL, our Kenwood, our Pioneer, and last but not least, our Alpine. And here in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to bypass either of these radios with either your little $10 module here off of eBay. It has a 3-wire connection. Or here you have known as your PAC TR7, which these are used to bypass Alpine radios, since Alpine radios have the most difficult bypass procedure. So without further ado, let's get to it. Here we're going to start with your Jensen. Let's get these radios moved out the way. Here you have with our Jensen here. If you want to, you can use any of these modules if you want. This module here is made by Access. This module here is made by No Name. And we also have here the PAC TR7. But when you have a Jensen radio, you don't need to use any of these because that'd be a waste of time and money. The easiest way with a Jensen radio is to simply ground the parking brake wire. Let's show you here. Righty, let's go ahead and get our radio hooked up. You can see here we have our power, we have our ground. So we're going to go ahead and hook up the power. Go ahead and hook up our ground. Do I even need to hook up speaker wire? I don't want this video to get copyrighted, but I shouldn't have enough audio in it long enough for it. So let's go ahead and why not? Alrighty, so let's turn her around. So we can get a close up. Power her on. Ready? As you can see, she's powered on. Not the best of angles, but let's go ahead and put Star Wars in there. As you can see, trying to give y'all the best of angles I can here. Not even sure how I can kill that light variance. Oh no, this sucks. Okay, I actually angled it, so. Alrighty, so as you can see, it popped up for a half a second, but it's illegal to drive watching the movie. So, because it doesn't sense the parking brake wire. This nice beautiful pink wire here is pink on this Jensen radio. Well, on most radios, it's going to be lime green. But on your Jensen, your dual, stuff like that, we're going to go ahead and hook it to our ground wire. Maybe if, I think this is my problem. There we go. So, you can see it came straight in by simply grounding our parking brake wire. So, So you can see that works well on your Jensens here. So we're going to go ahead and take our DVD out. Yeah, she works fine. So go ahead and eject her. Star Wars right over here to the side. I'm going to go ahead and close her. And we're going to unhook her and move on to the next radio. So pretty much I didn't need audio. So that's how you do with your Jensen. I'm going to go ahead and move her to the side. And we're going to go here with our SSL radio next. I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing here. I'm going to go ahead and hook up our power, which is here. I'm going to go ahead and hook up our ground, which is here. Turn it around so you can see. That's the power button. Having technical difficulties here. Is that my ground? Yeah, there we go. Okay. There we go. So our power and our ground hooked up. Let's go ahead and insert our DVD. Now, as you can see here, close up, that without the parking brake wire being properly grounded or whatever you need to do to bypass it, we have the error code. So we're going to do with this nice SSL radio, we're going to take this nice lime green wire, if you can see it, lime green wire on the back of the radio, and we're going to ground it. Let's see. Turn the screen around. So you can see the video came in. So once again, on our SSL radio here, all you have to do is simply ground your parking brake wire, and you get the same result as if you were to use a APAC TR7 or any of these access modules or anything like that. So as you can see, she works. Go ahead, play or something. Yep. So she works perfectly that way. And if you unhook it from the parking brake wire, unhook the parking brake wire from your ground, it goes back out. So that's how it works. All you got to simply do with these radios is ground your parking brake wire. So now I'm going to get our DVD out. You want to give me my DVD now? Okay, we got our DVD. I'm going to go ahead and unhook the radio. Set my power and ground up to the side. And now we're finished here with the SSL radio. Here you have is our Kenwood here. So we're going to go ahead and get her hooked up next. So let's take our nice powers here. Hook them together. When you hook up radios in a vehicle, do not do it this way, okay? Because this is not how you do it in the vehicle. You got to have your proper wiring harness and to do it the proper way. This here is for testing purposes only, this is like my test bench. Even though it's not a bench, it's my table, but it works the same. So go ahead and hook up our ground here. Go ahead and turn her around, show you that she's powering on. Ready. So as you can see, she has setup screen. We're going ahead and finish. I'm going to take our Star Wars, slip her on in. I know there's plenty of videos on YouTube that shows this type of thing, but I wanted to show it directly in my video just to get a how-to tutorial, and right now in past the middle of 2024. So I just wanted to get y'all an update tutorial, at least for myself. So you can see we have parking brake off. That means the parking brake, it doesn't sense it or whatever. Once again, you can also use a PAC TR7 or one of these modules if you wanted to with these radios. They can bypass it. But with these particular radios, you don't need to do all that. Kenwood is simple as well. This nice lime green parking brake wire on the back, you take it here and you ground it. As you can see, video comes straight in, clear as day. So, hit play. So as you can see, grounding your Kenwood also works that way. And the same will apply to Dual, Boss, SSL, Jensen, any of your no-name radios, Kenwoods, and Kenwood is a brand name. That works for most of them for the most part. Any no-name radios, most of them, you should be able to ground your parking brake wire to bypass the parking brake issue. Now, let's go ahead and get her unhooked. Go ahead and take that out. Oh, my bad. Give me my DVD. Take Star Wars out. Go ahead and unhook her. Get her move out the way. Next, we have Pioneer. Now, this is where things get a little bit more complicated. So, let's go ahead and get her hooked up. Here's our ground. It's powering on. So go ahead and select our language. Yep. Okay. And now we're on. So let's go ahead and put our DVD in. Okay, so as you can see here with the Pioneer radio, we also have our parking brake that's not being recognized. So in this case, let's ground it just to see what happens. Okay, so we went ahead and grounded our parking brake wire, and as you can see right here on the Pioneer, it doesn't work. The reason being, it is not as simple with Pioneer as it is with Jensen, Dual, SSL, and all the other cheap radios. Most times you have to get a bypass for them, or you can run a toggle switch. I would have gave you an example of a toggle switch, but I can't seem to find one here. But basically, it's a 2-wire switch that has on and off. You normally simply hook up one wire to the ground, or parking brake wire rather. So, and whenever you power on your Pioneer radio, it'll register. You can click the thing on, and it'll show that the parking brake has been grounded. Then it needs to reset, meaning you have to switch it off, and then when you switch it back on, it bypasses our parking brake issue with Pioneer. You can't just hook it up and expect it to work like the ground do, because it doesn't work like that with most of your Pioneer radios. So in our case, we have the radio on, and we tap and we re-tap it, and then it comes on. But overall, you can't have it consistently grounded and expect it to work. So that's how your Pioneers work for the most part. You usually, I'm gonna go ahead and take our little modules here. I'm gonna go ahead and hook up one just to see. Alrighty, so the way these pretty much work, go ahead and we'll take the green wire, your ground wire, and your blue wire. So your black wire here is your ground. They're color coordinated. Your blue wire, or here you go, your green wire, which is the parking brake. Note she doesn't do anything. And we gotta strip this remote wire. Unhook her up, see what we get. As you can see, it's pulsing. As you can see, that's how it works. It pulses the way it's supposed to pulse, and that's how you got your video coming in. So it pulses exactly how it's supposed to with our Pioneer hookup. You got your remote, you have your parking brake wire, and you have your ground. Ground is black, parking brake wire is dark green, and lime green on the radio, of course, and our remote wire. And this module here pulses for your Pioneer radio in order to bypass the parking brake wire. And that's how it works. So as you can see, we got video here. Go ahead and another play button. Hit play on it or whatever, but that's how it works with our Pioneer. You buy one of these $8 to $10 bypass modules. They made from multiple users or whatever. Like I said, you also have Access. You can read. Access makes them. A few no-name company makes them. A lot of people make them. And they don't cost much today. You can also use your Pack TR7, but this thing is like 30 to 40 bucks. And if you don't need to buy one this expensive, if you don't have an Alpine, then there's no point in wasting that much money to get it. So we're going to go ahead, and as you can see, we'll go ahead and get our DVD out. Go ahead and get our module unhooked. Move it out the way, unhook our wires. Gonna go ahead and get our nice Pioneer out the way. By the way, this radio is for sale and it has navigation. So, gonna get this out the way. And we'll run into our final radio here, the Alpine, which is the most complicated of all here. So, you may can tell, but I already have our Pack TR7 wired up to our Alpine unit. The reason being, they're a little bit more complicated to hook up. So I will explain my steps once I get her powered on. So let's see. Hook up our power here. See, like I said, Alpine is different. So I actually got to hook up a separate power here. Because of how I had this hooked up, I didn't connect my ignition wire and my constant power together. So we're going to run into a different wire because we're going to show that the Pack TR7 is working properly. And we got our ground. As soon as I find my ground wire. Oh, alright, there we go here. Alright, where we at? We got power. Get it out the way. Let's go ahead and put our DVD in. It's out the way. Okay, so she's showing. Now, let's get to explaining here what's going on with Alpine. So as you can see here, we're hooking up the Pack TR7 the way that I showed in the video. We have video on your nice Alpine unit now. So we'll go back over a demonstration again. Your green wire on the Pack TR7 goes to your remote on the back of the radio. Your ground, black wire from the Pack TR7 goes to your ground on your radio. Your red wire on your Pack TR7 goes to the red wire on the back of your radio. Your yellow blue parking brake wire goes to the white on the Pack TR7. And your yellow black, the foot brake wire, goes to the blue on the Pack TR7. So that's 5 wires hooked up, and you bypass the parking brake options on your Alpine unit here. So that's pretty much how that works, bypassing an Alpine unit. It's a little bit more complicated, but it's doable with the PAC TR7. I'm not sure if Access can do it as well, because the Access has 4 wire connections on it, but the PAC TR7 has like 7. So the Access is supposed to be able to bypass Alpine as well, but I'm not so sure when you don't have enough wire connections here. So go ahead and turn that down. But we'll leave it at that. Overall, the video tutorial today is simply showing y'all how to bypass all of today's modern day radios, even some older, some newer, things of that nature. So hopefully y'all got some information y'all needed out this video, and hopefully y'all continue to come to the channel, subscribe, watch the content, and give me ideas for new content. Like, I'm over here struggling. Like, it's hard to try to keep coming up with intriguing content for you guys. So please, I'm always open to ideas. I'm always open to suggestions. And I'm open to keep bringing you content that'll hopefully teach you some things and enlighten your day. So this is me, Masafai. Like, comment, subscribe, share, and y'all all have a great day. Peace.